Welcome back. You know that feeling, right? You walk into a plant, you fire up your spectrum analyzer, and you just know you're about to go head-to-head with one of the usual troublemakers. Well, today, we are putting together the ultimate rogues gallery for industrial radio frequency interference. We're going to profile the most common culprits so you can spot them, ID them, and get to the fix way faster.
And just a quick heads up before we dive in. This is part 8 of our big 15-part tutorial. It's all based on a really comprehensive technical report from Virtualization Options LLC, and it's built specifically for technicians like us, out there in the field. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll line up the usual suspects of industrial RFI. Then, we're going to profile the biggest offenders, one by one. We're talking VFDs, welders, lighting, and yeah, even the building's own automation and HVAC systems. After that, we'll look at a couple of real-world case studies to see how this all plays out, and we'll wrap up with a masterclass in source identification. Let's get to it.
All right, so here's the good news for all you RF detectives out there. A really small group of equipment is actually responsible for most of the interference problems we run into. So if you can just learn to recognize their unique signatures, their fingerprints, well, you're already halfway to solving the case before you even start triangulating.
First up in our rogues gallery is the undisputed champion, the king of industrial RFI, the prime suspect in almost any investigation, the variable frequency drive, or as we all know it, the VFD.
And I really can't stress this enough. If you're hunting RFI in a modern industrial plant and you have no idea where to start with the VFDs. They are absolutely everywhere, controlling motor speeds for everything from conveyor belts to pumps, and they are notoriously noisy.
So let's talk about the signature. What does it look like? VFDs leave this incredibly specific fingerprint on your spectrum analyzer, a really distinct comb-like pattern of evenly spaced peaks. It's caused by the super-fast power switching going on inside the drive, which creates a whole storm of harmonics that can reach way up into the VHF spectrum. So the big question is, how does this noise get out? Well, it radiates from unshielded motor cables, which basically act like giant antennas, and it also gets conducted right onto the building's power wiring.
Okay, let's move on to our next pair of suspects. Now, these two are super common, but they can be a lot trickier to pin down because of the kind of noise they generate. I'm talking about welders and lighting systems.
Welding is it's brute force RFI. That high-temperature electrical arc is basically a massive electromagnetic explosion. On your analyzer, you're going to see an intense, broadband transient burst. It doesn't just create one little peak, it raises the entire noise floor across a huge range of frequencies. And the real challenge here? It's often intermittent. It happens in these short, unpredictable bursts that are just a pain to catch and track down.
And this right here is a perfect example of a modern source. These robotic welders, they often operate on a really predictable cycle. So if you're seeing these powerful, intermittent bursts of noise, go look for the robots and start timing their movements. That's your smoking gun right there.
You know, it's kind of ironic, isn't it? This energy-efficient lighting is fantastic for the power bill, but it can be a total nightmare for the RF spectrum. The real culprits are the cheap, poorly filtered switching power supplies and electronic ballasts inside these things. They create this continuous, low-level broadband noise that seems like it's coming from everywhere at once, because it is coming from everywhere. You could have dozens, even hundreds of fixtures all radiating a little bit of noise.
All right, next up are the systems that are so easy to overlook, but they're critical to any modern facility. The automation that runs the plant and the HVAC that keeps everybody comfortable. And yep, both of them are frequent RFI offenders.
Just like VFDs, the servo motors and the really complex control systems that drive modern industrial robots are huge RFI generators. The noise signature itself can be pretty complex, but the pathway out is usually simple. It's radiating directly from the motor cables and the control wiring. So if you suspect a robot, your near-field probe is going to be your best friend for tracing that noise right back to the specific cable.
For HVAC interference, the #1 identifier is timing. The noise is almost always intermittent, and it's directly correlated with the heating and cooling cycles. So, for example, is the noise popping up every 20 minutes on a hot day? You should probably be looking up at the roof. The sources are usually the variable speed compressors, motor starters, and control relays that are constantly cycling on and off.
And this right here is the classic scene. Big rooftop HVAC units just like these are prime suspects for that patterned, intermittent noise. You've got to think like a building manager. When does the climate control kick in? Just match that schedule to your interference log, and you will find your culprit. Okay, so that's enough profiling the suspects. Theory is great and all, but let's see how this knowledge actually gets applied to solve some real-world cases. We're going to look at 2 examples straight out of the source report. So, case number 1 happened at a food processing facility. The symptom? A series of broadband transient bursts were just hammering their VHF radio system, and they were timed almost perfectly, every 90 seconds. So the investigators used direction finding, which pointed them straight to a robotic palletizer that was stocking products on, you guessed it, a 90-second duty cycle. The solution was so simple but incredibly effective. They installed Faraday chokes, those little magnetic clamps that kill high-frequency noise, on the unshielded motor cables, and they knocked down the interference by a massive 35 dB. Case closed.
Now, our second case is a totally different kind of beast. This wasn't about one loud offender. This was a death by 1,000 cuts situation. An entire manufacturing plant was struggling with a high noise floor that was just crippling their Wi-Fi, their sensors, their radios, everything. There were no distinct peaks to chase, just this constant, frustrating blanket of RFI. The investigation found the culprits were hiding in plain sight. Dozens of cheap, unshielded power converters scattered all over the facility. Each one was radiating just a little bit of switching noise, but together they created this massive problem. The solution wasn't a quick fix. It was a systematic replacement with properly filtered units. It was a long haul for sure, but it paid off, ultimately dropping the entire noise floor by 25 to 30 dB. That's a huge win.
All right, let's pull all this together. How do you take this knowledge and become a master at identifying these sources when you're on the clock, out in the field?
You know, it all comes down to recognizing those unique spectral fingerprints. If you see a clean, comb-like pattern, your first thought has to be VFDs. You see intense, brief, broadband bursts that raise that whole noise floor, go hunt for a welder. If you're dealing with continuous, diffuse noise that seems to be coming from everywhere, start looking up at the lights. And finally, if the noise is intermittent and it has a clear pattern, look for automation or HVAC systems that match that cycle.
So the next time you're on site, just remember, you're not just a technician, you are an RF detective. And now, you know the signature and the MO of every major suspect in the industrial world. So the only question left is, now that you know the suspects, which case are you going to crack first?